Welcome back, everybody, to another episode, the first in a very long time, of Save Point Presents, the definitive top 10, where we bring to you our top 10 list about whatever it is that we want to talk about.
It's only our definitive top 10.
Yeah.
The definitive top 10 list of anything relating to the video game industry. I am Josh, and as always, I've got Sean, Chase, and Leo here. This week's episode, in honor of the remake for Final Fantasy VII coming out here soon, Resident Evil 3 coming out here also very soon, we decided to talk to you about our top 10 remakes. We decided not to do remasters, so in the context that we talk about, a remake is more, again, along the lines of what you're seeing with Resident Evil 2 and 3 and Final Fantasy VII.
It's games that we want remakes of.
Yeah, not necessarily a remaster.
That's already out. I'm saying that not a remake that's already out. That's
right. Whereas a remaster would be something that they're just taking and basically just up-resing it to, 4K or 1080 with, a new coat of paint on it. These are from the ground up, completely remade for, current gen consoles, current gen sensibilities and gameplay mechanics and things like that. So with that being said, let's jump right in. I guess we'll start with you and we'll just work our way this way.
Number 10. Game I want remade.
Yep.
Zelda 2.
Okay. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. I was just thinking, first off, I've never played it, but I know what it is.
Sure. I played it, and it could be remade.
Yeah. I was thinking, even if they went a different direction with it and just kept it side scroller and not brought it to a top down or even a 3D, maybe a side scroller Castlevania, Metroid type of vibe. I think that would be really cool. And it's the big black sheep of Zelda.
It is.
So I would like it to if they were to remake, or
would you want it in something because if you remember this past fall, they did a remake of Link's Awakening in that really cool art style.
Yeah.
Would you want something like that, just in
side scrolling,
a side scrolling,
graphics wise,
a 2D, 3D,
or a 2D, 3D
kind? Yeah,
like that. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Something platformy
along those lines.
Because I think it'd be cool. I think it
is definitely underplayed.
It definitely could be used to.
But that was how it was on the. You're older than all of us. You remember the second game and a lot of these big NES franchises were different. They were a big depart. Even Castlevania 2,
they didn't have their
Mario
formula.
2. Mario 2,
they didn't have their formula exactly.
Zelda
down.
2,
exactly.
They were all a big departure from what the original.
Yeah,
creative.
I think doing something like that with a big franchise like Zelda, even if it was a smaller team working on it, having it almost a completely different genre than just a pure adventure game.
Right.
I think that would be something really cool, and that could not that Zelda is you need to breathe life into the franchise. It's as strong as ever, but you shut up. But it would be something cool and different.
No, absolutely.
People would really like something like that.
I think what they were trying to do with Zelda 2 was try to make it to be more of an RPG type of game instead of just just
RPG mechanics. Yeah,
right. Which is cool.
Action adventure game.
That's a cool one. All right, Leo, what's your number 10?
Mine is Rad Racer. You guys ever played that?
Oh, yeah.
I do remember Rad Racer.
Wait, that's not Ridge Racer?
No, Rad Racer.
Rad Racer. This is the NES.
The NES, very first one.
Was this the one that they had in the movie? What was the movie?
With the Gauntlet?
Yeah.
The Wiz, yeah.
Yeah. Was it the Wiz or a Wizard or?
I don't. It was
Wizard.
Yeah, because the Wiz was the show on HBO.
Yeah.
No, it's Wizard.
No,
where he puts on the glove,
the power glove,
and he's controlling.
Yeah. I wanted that thing so bad.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure that's not actually how that glove worked.
No,
it was not motion controlled.
Yeah, it's not motion controlled at all.
But, I remember playing this game all the time. Because Uncle Joe and Rob, they had it, and I'd go in there and play all the time. And I think it'd just be a good remake. There's not a whole lot of. There's a lot of racing games, but this was more arcadey. And I want that to be kept that way, but
not arcade racer.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah. Thinking of it's not on my list, but do you remember the for the Super Nintendo Top Gear?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool game to bring back too.
Yeah.
That was a really cool racing.
I remember
game.
Because like most racing games now are either like this, like the super realistic
Super
racing
Sims.
simulators, or
Yeah.
like kart racing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a few.
And
for Speed or
the cool part about it is if you press the select button, you can go into 3D mode where there's 3D glasses. You can see it as like,
Interesting.
there was
did not know
3D
that.
glasses back then.
yeah.
Holy shit.
But it was just like,
Was it like the red
was
It's
the
the red blue. It's the red
Oh,
blue.
this
Yeah.
thing's giving me a headache.
All right, my number 10. I can almost guarantee that none of you guys have this on your list. Is Splinter Cell.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to see
The first Splinter Cell?
specifically the first one, but I mean any of them really. And I think this is more of just like for the franchise as a whole. We had Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid are always compared, especially back in when it was first announced and
Yeah.
released. Metal Gear Solid always had it wasn't realistic per se.
It's very over the top.
Splinter
The story
Cell was
over
more of
the-
a tactical
It was more
espionage.
great grounded and based in reality, and I would love to see, because if I remember correctly, like there's really nothing like that out where it's
Dude.
a hardcore stealth game with like Tom Clancy.
They are going to bring back Splinter Cell
I'm sure-
eventually. Who
I'm
knows
sure they
when?
will, and the rumors have been out for a while. But
Imagine, like, you remember, like, the lighting system?
that's what I mean.
Imagine
but
doing
just to
that
see
with, like,
that,
ray tracing and, like, all kinds of crazy shit that they're doing for the next
I would love to
generation.
see
Oh,
that come back in a
so
way,
cool.
yeah, that it's completely remade from the ground up with brand new technology, brand new, hardware specs behind it, where it's, grounded in reality. The story's, something out of a Tom Clancy novel, something like that. I think that would be so cool, and I think that the market hasn't seen anything like that since Splinter Cell went away.
There
Where
hasn't really been a stealth franchise. Because Metal Gear Solid 5 was, there were stealth.
elements,
You could be stealthy.
right?
But
didn't
you
have
could
to-
also not be stealthy.
Right. So not that I can think of. I know maybe Thief came out like 5
There's a
years
couple.
ago.
There's a couple, but like
That's
but
like a
even-
different kind of
nothing
like.
like a Splinter Cell has been out since.
Right. I want something more like. Yeah,
Tactical.
like tactical and militarized,
Right.
and where it's it's about using your gear and your team and things like that. I think that would be really really cool. But anyway, so that's my number 10.
My number 10 is Klonoa.
Ooh.
I didn't know you played that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if you remade it like how I keep like the same like core like gameplay, but like remade it so how it's like Mario, like
Okay.
instead
So
of like a
it's
side scroller, because it was like a side scrolling, like a 3D side scrolling game when it came out. I had like
Right.
depth and you could like jump
Right.
like closer and farther from the camera, but it was,
Right. Still
it was still side scrolling. So I think if you made it like
Completely 3D.
completely 3D,
That'd be cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I always liked that world too. It was
yeah,
very,
I think
like,
that'd be really cool.
I don't know what the word is, but I liked it.
All right. What is your number 9?
My list is out of order. Ico. Is it Ico or Eco?
I always said eco, but
I don't think it matters. Again, it's a game I never played. Right. So, and I probably never would.
it doesn't.
Unless they like remade it.
It
right?
doesn't hold up at all. In my
Okay,
opinion.
so it could really go for a remake.
It really
right?
could, because the. Go ahead. I'll let you say your part.
but
I say
what-
mine.
What's the game about?
Okay, it's the guys who did Shadow of the Colossus. I can't remember their names, and Last Guardian. It was, I think, their first big game. It might have been their first game. Period. I
I
don't
think
know.
it was
Aren't
just
they-
Studio Japan. from
Now it's
Sony.
called like Team Ico, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Team Ico. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play as like a lone protagonist, and you're just dropped into this world. You know nothing about the world or anything, and you're just there alone for like the entire game. And there's just one princess. I think she's a princess or one female that you have to rescue. And
It's basic. And this is not to sell it short, but it is basically one long escort mission.
right,
You're basically escorting her to safety, and throughout that,
puzzles.
There's
and,
puzzles where it takes the two of you to solve them and progress through the game. There's some light, like battle mechanics But it is more about the atmosphere and kind of like the plot that you get from the story. It's very minimalist. But I went back and played it.
So it's like Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I didn't play Death Stranding.
Kind of. Not really.
Did you ever play Shadow of the Colossus?
Mm-hmm.
It's very... It just doesn't hold up in my opinion, it doesn't hold up in the controls. I think the world is fine. Putting a new coat of paint on it and rebuilding it.
The reason it's on my list is because I really love Shadow of the Colossus, and I've always heard really great things about Ico.
Yeah.
So it's one of those games that now that it's so many years old, I'll never play unless it's redone.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good one. I like that one. What is your number 9?
Mine is NBA Jams.
Interesting. Okay. I like that one.
Love NBA Jam.
Yeah, it's like the arcadey feel. I just feel like that's kind of like missing. What
you don't have.
I would love them to either bring back that or NBA Street.
Dude, I was thinking that, dude. Well, when he said that, I was thinking NBA Street because that was like a 3D NBA Jam, but then they quit making NBA Street.
Yeah.
But to have like an NBA Jam remake, that's
I mean, it's like not having that long season of playing NBA live,
and like tweak everybody's fucking salary by $10,000.
Like the arcadey type like sports games are all gone. Like they're there, but like not with like the NBA license or like the NFL license. Like so, it'd be cool if like it had like the like you could play like really Steph Curry and like LeBron James and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be a big game.
It would be if they updated the basketball players that we have now, like LeBron, Kobe, Curry.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm really actually surprised because I mean, for a while there, those I don't know if obviously they didn't sell well enough. Otherwise, they would still be doing it.
I thought it was because wasn't it Acclaim who made it?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't they go out of business? Or something?
But like you have to imagine that like even like visual concepts. I think is who's doing the 2K. They could put a small team together and do an arcade version.
Yeah, and they got the license,
or include it in the NBA 2K game, or just like, as a separate mode.
That'd be cool.
Or like EA, because like EA used to do like the NFL Street and the NBA Street games. So
that's what I mean. Just like and I have to imagine that if they're not doing it, because you have. Obviously, like, if there's money to be made, they're going to do it. So, maybe it is better in the next, Madden, they have a separate mode that is
it's just
NFL Street.
It's just a fun pickup game,
Yeah.
Played arcade
and not like super like hard, like it's just like
you don't fucking rage when you lose.
Because in Madden we all know like the Madden AI gets like 100-point boost in the fourth quarter, and they start getting like crazy. They start getting like crazy touchdowns, like everything. Like the people start like breaking open like 10 yards open, and it's just like, what is this? Like this was not happening the first 3 quarters, and they pull off like a 20-point comeback, and then like it goes down to the wire when you're blowing them out. It's like you're always facing the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one too. My number 9 is another one that I can guarantee is probably not on any of your list. There's 2 of them it could have been, but mine is No Mercy. WWF.
E.
WWF or WWE?
Well, I mean, I put WWF. I don't know anything that's going on, and I haven't watched wrestling in fucking forever, so I have no context of what's going on.
Like a remake with all the old people who were in that game?
Just like...
Not like current wrestlers.
And I wouldn't want it 3D like they have like the WWE like 2K18 or whatever. They tried to annualize it, but just like keep it the same style, the graphics, but just like upper like 4K, completely built from the ground up, but same like isometric.
Yeah. Those are fun games,
dude. And just have like the same thing, like your create a character, your career mode, but have it all just completely like done up.
Yeah, they should do this like a WWE All-Star.
Do something, and just have like it's something like that where they literally all the legends for going all the way back, and have that completely done. I have to imagine I would go back and sink hours and hours into that game.
Oh yeah, dude. That's probably one of the games that I think we played the most when we were
on the 64.
That was
like real life.
That is true. Yes. But yeah. So anyway, that's my number 9. I think it needs to come back. I would love for it to, have you guys seen like the GIFs of the most recent wrestling game they released?
Yeah, it's awful. Like the
WWE
bugs
2K9
and shit.
Dude, it was so broken that they started like I think it was PlayStation. They took it off the PlayStation Store and started issuing refunds because it was how terrible it was.
And I think they switched developers. That's why
they did.
Yeah.
They went from I think it was Ukes. They took off the Japan studio, which was Ukes, and they gave it to Visual Concepts, who had never done a wrestling game.
Yeah.
And they tried to make it in like 9 months because it was annualized.
Yeah.
And it was completely just bugged out.
That's what happens.
But anyway, so that's my number 9. I would love to see that come back in some shape, way, or form.
My number 9 is the 2005 Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not the
remake,
not the reboot.
Reboot.
It's the original, the third person.
So do you want them to remake it again?
Remake the remake.
Well, yeah, because they fucked it up.
When they announced that they were going to reboot Battlefront, I was disappointed when they turned into like a first person. I wanted them to keep it third person, and
So you want it like a third-person shooter again?
Yeah, like how the first original first two were, and just like with all the 4K, 8K graphics, and then maybe like a higher degree of customization than that was allowed back then. But like the same maps, like and all that, I think it could be really cool. I think people would like it a lot better than the new Battlefronts.
I have to tell you, man, the Battlefront 2 was one of the 10 best-selling games of the decade.
Yeah, I heard it's like really
I've heard
good
it's
now,
very
improved, I still feel like if they did that for this,
it took such a long time to get there, though.
Yeah, I feel like if they like kept it third person, just like a remake of Battlefront 2 from 2005, people would like it a lot more.
Interesting.
Surprised we haven't repeated any games yet.
Yeah,
which usually doesn't happen.
I know. All right, what is your number 8?
Number 8, a PlayStation game, Parasite Eve.
Oh, nice. I thought about putting that one on there.
Did you?
I did. I didn't, but I thought about it.
This game, it's like in the same vein as, I think it came out shortly after Resident Evil 2.
Correct me if it's like a survival horror / RPG, right?
That's exactly
it has RPG elements.
The battle system is RPG.
Yeah.
Which I think would be really cool because, well, everything's kind of an RPG now. But to implement like RPG elements into survival horror.
It was like it
hasn't even really been done since then.
It was survival horror, but it was also like not supernatural. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe supernatural, but it was
I mean, yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of like the enemy. Supernatural, I guess, is probably the best word. But yeah, there's really paranormal. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, there really hasn't been anything done quite like that.
I played on an emulator a few years ago.
Did you?
PlayStation.
Does it hold up, or did it hold up then?
Well, I'm not used to playing on like keyboard, so no.
It was a little tough.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to see that.
That's a good one.
To bring that back.
I like that one. There was a second one, but after that, I think the sales fell off. And
I always think of like whenever I think of Parasite Eve and vice versa, I always think of Dino Crisis.
There's a rumor that they're rebooting Dino Crisis, so that's why I didn't put that on my list. Also.
All right, what is your number 8?
Track and Field 3 from NES.
What about Mario and Sonic at the Olympics?
Does that do it for you?
This one could be a good fit for like Nintendo Switch. They have the new exercise ring.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah.
It's like you can squeeze and pull it.
Yeah.
I really think that's about it.
And remember, with this game, you could play it with the trackpad.
I do remember that.
You can attach that, and there's a pad where you can do
like a Dance Dance Revolution pad.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was like had some technologies back then, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
and you can see that real quick. You can see that how that's progressed into like the Wii. Mm-hmm. And, even like the motion controls and the things like that. They had these ideas so far back that it just took so long for it to.
And you don't see any track and field games nowadays.
Not really.
So
I think that was like the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was about it. And then
Yeah, and it was like they also had like where it's competition for the whole Olympics.
Right.
So it wasn't just track and field one event. So
No,
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah. The more I think about it.
It's a good one. I like that. I like all these so far. My number 8 is actually another Squaresoft game from the PS1 era. It's not Parasite Eve, though. I chose this instead.
Bouncer.
That's PS2.
Was it?
It was one of the early PS2
I thought
games.
about putting Bouncer on there.
Me too.
It actually had a demo of Final Fantasy X with it from the Bouncer. Remember that?
I swear that was a PS1.
2000. Or early 2001. Vagrant Story.
Oh.
I'd love to see Vagrant Story remade, completely 3D. I think that world that, it obviously takes place in Ivalice, like Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 12. Separate story, though. But I think that world, I just love that world.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if like they did it with like a kind of like a Witcher 3, like those types of RPG elements and stuff like that.
Like
I
a
love
Western
like the
RPG.
battle system though, like where you had the sphere and you only had so much reach,
And you picked out certain body parts.
I think that'd be really cool.
I think it would be super cool. Yeah, super tactical. I would want to keep you can probably almost like what they seem to be doing with Final Fantasy VII is either make it like fully real time or have a
little slower
down
pace.
Have it
Like
for both
like-
types of gamers for nowadays that like the more action based gameplay, but create like a Ivalice and but it reminds me of not in how dark it is, but just in this almost kind of the style, but like a Souls game.
Yeah, it is very like grim.
Yeah, a Souls game or where you're dungeon crawling. I think that would be super cool. The story, Ashley Riot. I don't know if you guys remember that. Was the main character.
Shit always threw me off.
Takes place in the span of one night.
Yep. So super cool world that they built. I wish we would have seen more. Since then, that was in like where Square was putting out
Gems, man.
multiple games a year.
Yeah, they were all good.
Because I think that was the same year, if I'm not mistaken, within a 12-month period that they also released Chrono Cross. And Parasite Eve, I think, was in there in that same window also. And like, I mean, they did like Saga Frontier, like the Saga. Dude, they released so many games on PS1.
Did they do Xenogears? Yeah, Xenogears. I don't know when that came out though. It was around 7. I know that.
Yeah, I think it was late 90s, 98 maybe, I think. Sounds right.
I don't know. But my number 8 is Bully.
Ooh, interesting.
If they just like, better graphics, expanded it, just, more stuff to do. Like make it like a GTA 5, not like on that scale because it has to take place with like in the span of like a school. Right?
Dude, at Hogwarts.
Yeah, but like, you could make the school bigger, add like more different like quests to do,
or have rival schools.
Yeah, anything.
Ooh,
like,
that'd be a cool idea.
Yeah.
Have like, what was it? Bayside and Valley.
Speaking of which, they're doing
They're rebooting Saved by the Bell.
Yeah,
Did you
rebooting
guys
Saved
hear
by
that?
the Bell.
With new people?
No, they're the same. They're all
same.
back. They're
They're back, but they're
Wait,
older.
wait.
But
trying-
it's focusing around like a new generation.
The only
Is it
character
gonna be
they
like
haven't
Zach's kid?
The only person they haven't brought back yet is Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah. She's still hot.
Mario
man.
Lopez is back in. Mark Paul
What about
Gosselaar.
Dustin Diamond?
Dustin Diamond.
Dustin
He's
Diamond.
in jail.
And even if he wasn't, I'd have to imagine that he burned all of his bridges with all of them.
But yeah, I guess Dustin Diamond's not coming back. But yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen's
Is
supposed to
Mr. Belding you mean that?
Pretty sure
Is he alive?
It hasn't been that long. He was only in his like 40s.
What about Miss Bliss? Is she alive?
I don't know. She
That
was
one
pretty
I
old.
saw.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. But if she is, she should be.
But yeah, they're
How about that
rebooted.
Indian guy? Oh wait.
What about
That's
who was
the way-
Zach's best friend in
when he was little.
in
Max.
middle school?
It was Max.
Was it Max?
Yeah, I don't remember his last name.
Because it was like Zach, somebody, and Lisa.
Well, is Max gonna be back?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I think it's more focusing on like the high school years.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
That's cool.
I did hear
That's
about that a while
really
back.
What was her name? They should have Tiffany, Stacy, the
Stacy.
biker chick.
Stacy.
Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy.
No, that's Stacy Caruso's the stuck-up chick.
Oh yeah, from the beach.
From the beach.
Oh, Tori.
Tori, that's why
Tori,
I said
yeah.
Tiffany.
The biker.
I was like certain it started with like a T. But yeah, if they Bully back to Bully. Yeah, I don't know. Just add more stuff into it. You can keep the same storyline. You know, just more stuff to do.
Just expanded.
Yeah,
that'd be
I
cool.
think that'd be really cool.
And there have been rumors of not a remake from the ground up,
But like a reboot.
remaster.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a good one. I like that. These are all good. I like this. I like how this list is shaping up.
And it's like we're gonna have like a 4-way tie for each.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. There hasn't been any repeats yet.
All right.
Number 7, going back to the NES, Crystalis.
Interesting.
I love that game.
It's an action RPG. I don't remember exactly what it's about. I don't remember playing the shit out of it though.
I remember it was like it was
a top-down action RPG.
Yeah, it was sometime like when we like bought an NES like for like the third or fourth time, and then we had that game. I remember I played it like for like
That was a good one.
10, 15 hours.
I remember sinking time into that.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
So would you want it? Again, would you want it like Link's Awakening, where it's still top down, or you want it fully 3D, or how would
like
you
like
how do
a
you see
Witcher
it?
type thing?
When I was thinking about it, I would still like it to be kind of like the same style, top down,
but just done up?
Yeah.
Okay.
More in depth
Or maybe
RPG
even like
elements.
an isometric RPG type deal. I'm playing Pillars of Eternity, so
Gotcha. Is that good?
Very
good. Yeah. I bet.
Obsidian.
Yeah. I thought you would. All right. What is your number 7?
Sticking with the NES, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Ooh.
Dude, I almost put Super Punch-Out on mine, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, Super Punch-Out's cool, but
I don't know, man. I like
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
I think I like Super
That's
Punch-Out
classic.
better.
I didn't.
I like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Like that has more people to fight, even though you're like reusing like the same people, but
Right.
you have more fights. But Super Punch-Out has like 12 fights.
I think I liked it 'cause
16
it
or
was
something.
First person.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason I liked it better. But
Super Punch-Out.
yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
really first person. It's from
It's
behind
more-
the back, but
it
you
is,
see
but it's
through
more
them.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
so you-
transparent.
Yeah, you see through.
Never mind.
I rescind my statement.
I mean, it's pretty much the same people as Super Punch-Out, but it just, I think it's just a better game for me. It's just
You
classic.
get to get your ass whooped by Mike Tyson if you make it to the end.
Even
Have you ever even beaten it?
Yes.
You have.
Yeah. It
I never
was
beat
a
the
pain.
original. I beat Super Punch-Out.
Yeah, I beat
Super
that.
Punch-Out, it's kind of easy.
It
Once you
is.
figure it out, yeah.
I mean, we even-
Especially like the last guy, like Nick Bruiser.
Yeah,
Nick Bruiser
Nick
compared to Mike
Bruiser. Yeah.
compared to Mike Tyson.
Mike
it's
Tyson
like,
is just crazy hard in that game. And yeah, Super Punch-Out was way too easy. We even had like competitions on time.
Yeah.
Times of what we were beating
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys.
They need to bring it because there's no boxing games.
No, not like an arcade style boxing game.
Even a fight night would be cool.
yeah.
I miss boxing. I love
I
boxing.
loved the Fight Night games. Played them all until they stopped making them.
My number 7 is Mega Man. I didn't play these a lot growing up,
So hard.
but I've gotten the collections recently, and I've played 9, 10. I didn't play the most recent 11.
My favorite Mega Man are the Mega Man X's, just
Mega
because I
Man
like the
X's are
character models better.
I would
More
love to-
anime-like.
I think I've talked about this on other shows, but I would really love to see them do this in a open world, almost like a Breath of the Wild-esque remake of the original, where it's 8 robot masters. I guess it was 6 on the original. 6 robot masters that you can tackle in any
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did that, like, right? Because didn't they try that for Mega Man 64? Like,
Yeah.
it was a 3D. I know that, like
Yeah.
behind the back 3D.
Right. But yeah, to have it done up, have this like almost like this. Not, it sounds weird to say because it's Mega Man, but like this almost darker, edgier story. Because if you get like really nerdy into the lore, there is some like dark spaces and like what happened with the robot masters.
I have no idea.
And how because it was Dr. Light that created the Robot Masters, and they turned on them, and they ended up going bad, and like there's like some,
It's how the Matrix started.
and so there could be like a grittier retelling of that story that I think would be really cool, and like a redone like character design, and just make it a AAA 3D like open world, almost like not cyberpunk the game, but like cyberpunk aesthetic
Yeah.
type of retelling
Yeah, that'd be cool.
of Mega Man. I think that would be really, really cool. But yeah,
My number 7 is Perfect Dark.
like that one. I thought about almost putting that one on mine too.
I think it'd just be like just a cool alternative to like, you know, like the major FPS shooters outright, like COD and Battlefield.
I'm
Halo.
fairly certain that's what the initiative is working on, is a Perfect Dark reboot.
But like,
So,
yeah, like
Throw that out there.
I'm not talking about a reboot. I'm
No,
talking
I
about a
know.
remaster
Well, just, you know,
or a remake.
I don't know.
But yeah, like just increase the degree of customization, so you know you can maybe like customize what your person looks like. I don't think you should have like custom loadouts like Call of Duty or anything. I think you
Talking
should
about like the online
yeah
play. Yeah. Yeah.
Still pick up the
have
weapons on the
online
map.
play. Yeah, like have weapons on the map that you pick up. Maybe
See, Perfect Dark was kind of stealthy, so would you put stealth elements into the multiplayer?
maybe like a stealth game mode. You know,
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
there was a lot of it was,
Like, have more,
It was like a
like-
stealth first-person shooter kind of.
Yeah, like different types of game modes, like add them in, like, you know, capture a flag or whatever.
Go ahead. I'll say.
And, you know, just add new weapons in. I think it could be really cool.
I was gonna say, you know what that reminds me of is the multiplayer component from the Splinter Cell games, where it's spies versus mercs.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I think that would be cool to like introduce that, where the mercenaries obviously play in first person.
Yeah.
And then the spies were
play-
third person.
Yeah, I think that would be cool to introduce something like that.
Yeah, it'd be really
even if it was all in first person, but just have it like first person stealth would be kind of cool.
Number 6, Mario RPG. Why wouldn't you want Mario RPG to be remade?
7-star saga.
Yeah.
Don't get it confused like Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, I don't really know what they would even do, but there's
Maybe add more
There's
areas.
some platforming, like some light
Yeah.
platforming in there. You could-
Expand the areas that
do
are already
that.
there.
but this is one of my favorite RPGs like ever.
Yeah, mine
So if they like remade that or even rebooted it, which they never
No.
ever will.
No.
Maybe even make it more open world.
I don't know, man.
One of my favorite things about like Mario RPG is like the world map, how it has like each individual area and you just like
Yeah.
go like to each one.
Yeah. I don't know.
But just maybe like have more areas and, you know, expand each area so
Would you
each
still
area
want
is
an
bigger.
isometric like it was before?
I don't think so.
Make
No,
3D
I
or-
think
Well,
I think
like a Mario Odyssey, Mario 64 type platforming.
3D with
3D
platforming, and then
Action RPG,
action RPG,
Elements.
or just
RPG elements.
whatever.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I would keep it just a regular RPG.
I'm almost imagining, but like more not action RPG, but more strictly RPG. Is I'm imagining like almost like. And I think it's because it was developed by Squaresoft, but like almost like a Kingdom Hearts, where you have, and it's not necessarily mixed with like Final Fantasy worlds, but like like a 3D, not necessarily open world, but like open area RPG where you're traveling to different
Right.
hub worlds, and going about that. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking like maybe like have like the 3D Mario platforming elements, but like still like when you run into a Goomba, you show
Still battle.
Yeah, it shifts to like a turn-based battle still.
Yeah.
I think that
You know, you like jump on them to get like extra like start damage as soon as the battle starts,
Right.
like how it is in the original.
Right.
I think that'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
All right, what is your number? I think we're number 5, 6.
Six.
Mine would be Skate or Die 2.
I was this close to putting that on my list. I love Skate or Die too.
I mean, this doesn't have to be on a platform. It could
Die.
be like an app.
Or die.
Yeah.
Because
Die.
mainly the only thing you play on it is the half
Half
pipe.
pipe.
Yeah,
That'd be
100%.
I remember
Yeah.
I feel like I might have talked about this in like one of the other podcasts, but I pretended to be sick one day when we had it, and like I was playing Skate or Die 2, and I was just messing around. I was just pressing stuff, and then on the main menu, like the main screen, and I ended up in the half pipe. I didn't even know how I did it, but I ended up playing that for like 3 hours straight, just trying to like, you know, just see how high I could get my score and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just very addictive.
It is. It's so simple, but
I mean, that's what I think. Well, that's not what everybody. That's what we did. Even when we got like Tony Hawk Pro Skater,
Yeah.
you just go to the first level and just find the half pipe and just like rack up combos. Yeah.
I miss those Tony Hawk games.
There's a rumor that he's going to be coming out with a new skating game.
I hope it's like still like the arcade, because like what was it, the skate game?
Skate.
Yeah, that was like a skating simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But I like the arcade. I like the arcadiness of like Skate or Die and Tony Hawk and stuff like that.
My next one is Eternal Darkness from the GameCube.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I forgot about that game.
I would love to see, in just the light of like the recent, I feel like in the last probably 5 or 6 years, we've gotten a lot of great survival horror games. But I don't think, or at least not the ones that I've played or have experienced, is like the way that it messes with you.
Breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, it breaks the fourth wall and just messes with your character in that fourth wall kind of way.
If they ever did do it, I'd like to like for them to like have a whole new like fourth wall breaks, like to just like see like what they could do now.
Shut off your electricity.
Yeah, like not like the same thing. Like maybe if you're just like playing it on like the PlayStation 4, it shows like the PlayStation 4 shutting down screen and stuff like that.
Like your game's crashing. Or like just like all kinds of stuff like that. But you know, the story itself, it doesn't even have to be like a 1-for-1 remake, because that story, it like obviously you go through different time periods. I can't remember the main character's name, but basically her family history is what kind of the game revolves around. She goes to this mansion that her family owns, and she finds this tome, this book, and she basically gets sucked in and starts seeing these adventures that her family has gone through, like her ancestors have gone through. And so you can create, there was like Roman times, there were all these different time periods that she would go into.
Yeah, I remember like the Roman, and it was like Egyptian or something.
And so, I mean, you could literally pick any time period and make, you know, a new world or a new level out of it. But yeah, just to see the interesting ways, it'd be cool if like Kojima did something like that. Just like the way his mind works, like the way he likes to, you would assume, to break the fourth wall and kind of mess with the player.
Oh yeah, he'd be really
Look
good
at like
that.
the Psycho Mantis fight and Metal Gear Solid. I think that would be super cool to kind of just see remade from the ground up in that kind of way. All right, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's my favorite Grand Theft Auto game, but I'd like to, you know, just give it like what I was talking about with Bully, like just like, you know, more stuff to do, like make San Andreas bigger, how it is in like GTA 5 and everything like that.
Would you like an online play on that one?
Gang Wars, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, that's cool. I don't know. Just GTA Online was never really my thing. But, you know, I'm sure other people out there, if it was remade, they would want a multiplayer element. But, I don't know. Yeah, I like the whole, like, the whole gang thing and, like, the crooked cops and stuff like that. So I think if they, like, redid that and then add more stuff to do, because you could, like, work out in the original and get, like, super buff and stuff like that, and add more stuff in like that, and then other stuff, like, from, like, Grand Theft Auto 5, like, maybe, like, go, like, golfing or something.
Would you have a hidden character, like Tupac in there something?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. You could like fly, because you know how like, I think it was the original San Andreas, you could find Bigfoot. So if you could like find like the Tupac,
Tupac riding Bigfoot,
that'd be really cool.
Awesome.
All right, what is your number 5?
Number 5, KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic, the original. If Obsidian would make it, not BioWare. I'm pretty sure I feel like we talked about KOTOR a lot recently.
There's a rumor that it is being
yeah. I was like,
that it is being remade.
That sounds really familiar, but
like
yeah,
the first and second one are
it's just one of my favorite RPGs, and I think it'd be just really cool.
Right. Nope, that's a good one. I like that one. What is your number 5?
This one's gonna be Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
See, I knew somebody had to have Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been a while on that, and I just remember like playing it.
What was it?
Yeah.
Pro Skater? Oh, the first one.
Crash Bandicoot.
They did one of those.
They did that.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't remember
I
the
can't.
difference between the first one and the second one.
The first one, the first level was in a warehouse where you skate down the big ramp.
Was that the
Yeah.
first
And to
one?
your
Yeah,
right,
okay,
Yeah,
that
then
was
that's
the
the one I'd want to
the to
remake.
your,
of.
the to your right
couldn't
is
remember
the
it.
half pipe.
Yeah, okay.
Like that one, it also has like the school and stuff, like where you skate outside like a school
the second
campus. Is it?
That's the second
I think it was the mall, the first one.
I don't know. Either way, any of them.
I played a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always loved like finding like the hidden stuff in the Tony Hawk games, like you like the hidden areas and like the hidden videotapes and
Yep.
finding the word skate and all that.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack on that was
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's badass sound.
There's no way they could replicate that now. Just because
Keep the original
the light-
soundtrack.
the licensing on that would be hell. There's no way they could do it.
But yeah, if they did remake that,
Try.
add like more hidden areas and like more stuff to collect and more
Tupac.
challenges and
Yeah,
Gotta
stuff.
find Tupac in every level.
I think it'd be really cool.
All right. My number 5 is Suikoden 2.
I thought about it, but I was like,
Nope.
I don't
That's
want them to
number
change
five.
it.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, I was just
Leave
like,
it.
it's perfect the way it is.
I thought about doing this, and that was my initial thing. Is like on the one hand, yeah, it is a masterpiece, and I completely
I don't even know how like they could like translate it to like even now. Like
and that's the thing. I don't know as far as like an art style. I don't want it super realistic, although that is kind of what they were going for, but just PS1 sprite graphics.
Yeah, well, the fifth one kind of had, it was like, it wasn't like completely cell shaded, but it
No.
was.
But I
a
would
little more
want something
cartoony.
like that, maybe like a Tales inspired art style.
Yeah, something like that.
Keep the story, keep it, but I would like to introduce like some cool voice acting for the main characters at least.
I don't want them to like remake it, but if they were, I'd like to see more like expand like more mini games, like more in depth, like the cooking contest.
Yeah.
Those,
More
that was
base building.
More space building.
that was my
Yeah.
that was my
I feel bad.
that was my
He said that.
but yeah, that was my favorite. That was my favorite mini game in the game was the cooking, like the Iron Chef contest.
Let's
So
chug it in here with you.
if they were able to do that, like and make it more in depth,
Yeah.
I would. I'm really surprised because they made 5 of them. Obviously, I'm surprised that franchise hasn't come back in some shape.
I wish they would.
Even if they go back to like, you don't have to do it 3D. Just do it like Suikoden, just like the first 2,
Mhm.
and just go back to like a
I
smaller.
really like. I wish they would make another one because, like, if you've ever like read up on the history of that world, it's like as long and in depth as like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much
They just
history.
need to remake it just to get that taste out of Code 5.
Right.
That was just a terrible.
No,
terrible-
Code 5 was good.
I
Fourth
like-
one
the
wasn't
fourth
bad.
One of them was.
Yeah,
It
the
was the
fourth
fourth
one
one.
was. It was because they changed it
Is that
up.
the
There's
one where
only
they
like
were
4 people in your
pirates or
party.
something?
Pirates.
Yeah, there's only like 4 people in your party and
That was
all that.
pretty
But yeah, the fifth one is like one of my favorite. I'd probably put it second behind the second one.
Interesting. All right. What is your number 5 then?
Oh, my number. Oh, it's me. Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
I think if they like gave it like
The 7 tree.
the 7 treatment, pretty much.
So you want it all done in 3D?
Yeah, completely 3D, like upgraded graphics, and
See, I was thinking about that.
even like a hybrid battle system for like how they're doing it with 7. I think that'd be cool, especially like when you're in like the mechs, like the battle suits and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
See, I was thinking either fully 3, obviously either fully 3D like that, or even like the Octopath Traveler, where it's still kind of like 2D ish.
Yeah.
But it's like it's really beautiful, but just in that same art style. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's a good one. All right, what is your number 4?
Golden Sun. Probably my favorite RPG handheld franchise.
Interesting.
I think they only made 3.
yeah. There's like 2 on the Game Boy Advance and then 1 on the DS.
Yeah.
6. But yeah, if they ever decide to remake Golden Sun, I would want the whole 9 yards. Nope.
Back the other way. There we go. That's good.
The whole 9 yards. Like, turn it 3D, give it some really good graphics. keep because it's kind of like Lufia, where like in the dungeons there's lots of puzzles and shit.
Right.
Yeah. So Golden Sun.
All right. what is your-
Lufia. I just want to make an honorable mention for Lufia because I forgot,
That's a good one.
but I love those games.
Yeah, those were good.
Number 4 is Rock Band.
Ooh.
I remember playing that and just jamming
Yeah,
out.
it is.
that game.
And it would be great to just have like new music to
Well,
it.
they released Rock Band again
Like
like a couple years ago.
I think it would be like cool if they updated the controller, maybe like make it so it has like more buttons or like
I think they did.
and then like
They had a row of white frets and a row of black ones. So there was, instead of 4 or 5, it was like 8 or 10.
and then but if we're talking Rock Band, maybe add like because it was just
It's just
it was
Rock Band
guitar-
or Guitar Hero
It
then.
was Rock Band.
but it was just guitar, drums, and then vocals. So if they added like another instrument in there,
Bass or
Saxophone.
bass, or even like a dumbed down like keyboard or something, I think that'd be cool.
Now, do you think
Triangle.
Elbow.
are we past? And this is a general question. Like, are we past the era of like peripherals like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think
Oh yeah. I think those days are gone.
like the Wii, the balance board? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think.
I would love to.
I don't know. They brought the exercise ring.
Yeah, but it's never going to be as popular as a Rock Band. They're never going to recapture that type of.
Because that was like 07, 08,
Yeah.
09.
Unless you update the instrument itself. Not just have it where it's like it looks
Keep
like it's
updating, so it's
plastic.
going to turn to a regular guitar eventually.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Rocksmith was like you plug in like a real electric guitar into the game.
All right. My number 4 is, and this is kind of cheating. Okay, I was going to say originally the Mass Effect trilogy, but really if I was going to pick one, it'd be the first one. That one's the most outdated. That was when they were still trying to make it more about an actual RPG versus
Yeah.
like an action RPG.
Yeah.
But I would love it, and it's only a matter of time before they reboot, whether it's a sequel to Andromeda or they just reboot it completely.
They should just reboot it completely.
I agree. And I hope they do. But there's rumors that they're doing a remaster, not a remake of the original 3 for next-gen consoles.
I'd probably play them then. I haven't played any, the second or third one.
Ever? Holy shit.
I've watched Sean play the second one and beat it.
I have the third one.
But
Jesus.
so I know the story of the second one. I know what happens, at least for his playthrough.
Right. But yeah, I would love them to see it, like, again, redone from the ground up, a beautiful sci-fi world, it just updated battle system, kind of take what, 3 and especially Andromeda did as far as the battle system, shove that in there rather than like the old,
Yeah.
because that was still kind of like old
It was a little
BioWare.
wonky.
RPG mechanics. Again, they were in that in between phase. I think that would be super cool. That world that they've created is so, again, ripe for just storytelling.
Yeah, it is.
It really needs to come back in some way. All right, what is your number 4?
My
Chase?
number 4 is Vagrant Story,
A repeat.
the first repeat of the entire show.
So that gets. I don't even know where it is.
So,
Here it is. So that's
but yeah, like I was saying,
7.
like I was saying earlier, I think it just like increase like the make the environments bigger, maybe add more dungeon crawling aspects to it, make the RPG elements just more in depth, and give it kind of like the RPG elements like
Here are
a
some
Witcher,
results from a search.
like the Witcher 3 type treatment, like where it's like super in depth. I think it could really it would benefit from that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay. All right, what is your number 3?
Medal of Honor Allied Assault.
That's a deep cut.
I feel like most of these are really deep cuts in it.
Yeah. Which you could say like Call of Duty World War II. But I was thinking more like Medal of Honor was always like a lone wolfing, and there's some little bit. You got to be a little sneakier, and it's not just all action all the time.
It kind of reminds me of Sniper. Have you guys played that?
Sniper Elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat the fourth one.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. It'd be just. I'm fond of that game. I'm fond of World War II games.
I know you are.
I think it'd be like cool, like expand on like the campaign, like really go if they were to do it, go like full in on the campaign aspect of it,
Right.
and make it longer, make it like involve more
And almost
missions.
kind of. Did you guys play any of the Wolfenstein games?
Yeah, I beat the first one. I haven't played any of them since then.
So it's all about the campaign, even though
Right.
Wolfenstein's more like the kind of what they lean into, like what the Nazis were trying to do, like with the supernatural aspect.
You're right.
It
Yeah.
wasn't based in reality, but have that like same attention to the campaign, but just grounded in like real historical missions.
Right.
Make it like, I don't know if you guys seen like Band of Brothers, but
Yeah,
or,
stuff like that.
Yeah, like Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan, where you like follow this like group like through the war.
Right.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. That's a good one. All right, what is your number 3?
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
it was for me. It was between that or Perfect Dark. Like I didn't want to put both of them on there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they could update the graphics on this, definitely. I mean, just keep everything the same.
And like games like that and Perfect Dark, they would really like benefit from like the 2 analog stick controls and stuff like that.
Instead of the C buttons, the yellow buttons on the 64 controller.
Shit sucked.
Yeah, it was just, I remember playing that with you guys all the time.
Play that game to death.
I think it was probably the most played game.
That or
No,
Perfect Dark. It was like that until Perfect Dark came out, and then it was like Perfect Dark until the
Nothing can beat
N64.
the proximity mines.
Those were just
everywhere.
I remember in like the one cave map, like there was like the little tunnel with like the black wall, and you throw it up, and it was literally invisible. You couldn't see it, and you'd have to be cautious. Like there's like a 50-50% chance that like if I go through there, I'm dead.
I agree. All right, my number 3 is the original Metal Gear Solid.
I was going to put that, but they kind of
PlayStation?
did that with Twin Snakes.
Yeah, but I want it like done in like the
Metal Gear Solid 5 type thing.
engine.
Yeah, that'd be really
I
cool.
want it done. I want the story the same. I want the layout of the map the same. I want the voice actors to all come back and be. I literally just
Crazier
want
boss battles.
I just want it. Yeah, just redone in the Fox engine on the PS5. Konami just needs to do it and just print money because that thing would sell off the shelves.
Oh
like
yeah!
crazy.
Imagine like the Psycho Mantis battle or like Sniper Wolf battle.
I just want that completely done.
Yeah, this shit'd be crazy.
What are we on?
Number 3.
3. My 3 is Mario 64. And I have it like, obviously the updated graphics like Mario Odyssey, but I was thinking like, because you know how it's like the paintings and each painting's a world and like you go in and you collect stars, but like add in like more paintings, have like I don't know how many like the max stars is for that game, but I have more stars.
I never beat it.
Yeah, me either, but like
65.
I don't know, whatever, but add in like more stars and more paintings, and I was thinking like you could even do it where it's like, one painting is like a Mario Sunshine themed world, and one painting is like a Mario Galaxy world.
Interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And like
That'd be really cool.
like a Mario Odyssey like themed world, and I thought that would be really cool.
That'd be a cool way to like
Tie everything together.
tie everything together and do the remake. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, what is your number 2?
2, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like that'll probably be our number 1, unless we have some repeats in the last 2.
That's 8 points, 9 points.
9, yeah.
All
For all
right.
the reasons we talked about.
Understood.
That was a great game.
What's your number 2?
Lufia.
Nice. I had a feeling I was
you
gonna-
know,
That would have made my list if I remembered about it before.
How can you not remember that?
Because we played thousands of games in our lives.
But I mean, it's like that's like one of the games that I'll always remember playing. I mean, it's just it's just a great game.
My
The
favorite,
story is great, and
my favorite aspect about Lufia, and same with Golden Sun, is the platforming puzzle elements that are in the dungeons.
And Lufia 2 has the best battle music out of any RPG ever, in my opinion. Yeah, it's really good.
yeah, I mean, either
That's
one
a tough
of those
one,
would
but
be-
Yeah.
it is really good.
No,
But-
it's the best.
But
My number 2 is KOTOR.
Josh, you're smiling over there. Talking our things. So that's not.
So for all the reasons, I think, again, to see that game in a completely new engine, remade, and if the rumors are true that they are combining story elements of 1 and 2 to make it like more of a cohesive whole, I think that would be really cool. I think that's probably pretty smart. And if it is true, assuming all this is true and it does well, and the coming off the success of Fallen Order, hopefully that shows EA that, single player Star Wars experiences are still viable.
Oh yeah, it would do massive numbers.
So I'm hoping that all that pans out the way that the rumors are pointing. But yeah, I would love to see that come back. So, all right, what's your number 2?
my number 2 is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Yeah, you can make it like the same art style as like Breath of the Wild, or even like a more realistic like Twilight Princess, but with better graphics. Make the world bigger, have more areas.
Some more dense.
Yeah, and
That's what I've always wanted with
because like the
Zelda games.
the world in Ocarina of Time, it's like big for like an N64 like game, but it's pretty empty.
That's right. It's just it's void of anything.
So like you could even like how in Breath of the Wild they have like 4 main like temples. You could do like that with Ocarina of Time, have the main temples the same, but add in like little shrines that have like puzzles throughout the world, and add in more like maybe different items, add in more items, make the temples more in depth and bigger, more puzzles inside each one.
I like it. All right, what is your number 1? We are down to number 1.
Earthbound,
Interesting. I was not expecting that one.
which is one of the classic RPGs of all time.
Mother. Oh, yeah.
Mother 2, actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember renting that game at
Remember the
Blockbuster.
big box?
Yeah,
Case
come with a
it came with?
suitcase.
Yeah.
With like a big ass thick strategy guide.
yeah.
Would you want it to still be like turn-based or
Oh,
like an
yeah.
action RPG?
I want all my turn bases to remain turn based.
yeah.
So still top down?
The only thing well, see, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I think because like that world, it's so colorful.
I'd like
that
them to
in
keep like the
3D
cartooniness.
Yeah, in 3D, I think
Maybe,
it could be really cool.
Like use like the Nest character model from Smash Brothers as like a template.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like that I'd want them to change is I never liked first person views in JRPGs. I want to see my character.
Yeah.
That's just I don't know. But yeah, I think if they remade that, it'd be really cool.
Also, like in how the battle system is like the health and stuff. It's like it's a counter. So you take damage and then the counter goes down, and then
Right.
even if it's enough to kill you, you have until the counter reaches 0 to heal yourself. And if you're able to do that, you won't die.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a cool element.
things.
And I always liked how it was like you use like baseball bats and like slingshots and stuff
it's
like that.
the Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like the Goonies meets Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
All right, what is your number 1?
My number 1 is Suikoden 2.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no.
so that was already on there.
Yeah,
Right.
the reason I want that remake is I just want to play it.
Fair.
Keep it. You can keep it the same if you want. I just want it on the console to play it.
That's fair.
It's hard to find. It's a game that's hard to find.
I still don't understand why they release it for the PlayStation 3 store, but it's not on the PlayStation 4 store. Or
Sony
anything
is
like that.
weird with the way they release their classics. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the rumor's true that the PS5 is compatible with PS4,
Everything.
PS3,
Yeah.
PS2, and PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we lost
you
all of
just-
our hard copies of all of them.
I'm assuming it would be like emulation, but yeah, it would make those games available that are stuck on the PS3, like the re-releases and stuff.
Yeah, that's the only reason I want that remake.
It's fair.
So I can play it.
My number one is Final Fantasy VI.
So once we get to the top.
Would you want it like the 7 treatment with like the
See, that's
hybrid
that's where
battle
I'm still
system?
conflicted. I tell you what, this would never happen, and I'm kind of, having my cake and eating it too. But did you guys play Dragon Quest XI?
That's the newest one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like them to have it where you could like click back and forth between both styles.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would
Where
be
it would be
cool.
like a super modern, ultra modern 3D,
Yeah.
or like the top down, or like the more retro style.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would never happen. That would just cost so much money.
Because I mean, if they did it for one game, they could do it for another.
Yeah, but like on the level of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. I mean, 11's very.
I mean,
cheap in comparison, I would say.
they wouldn't even really have to like change. I mean, add a few parts in, but the game it's not like Dragon Quest XI where you're making a new game then porting it over to 2D. The game is already 2D, so you just port the game in, add a few areas that may not be in the original in there.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, it'll never happen.
Right.
But I'm saying
no, I understand.
it could be possible.
But I would love, I would love to live in a world where it's an either or situation where I can have both styles at any time I want. If I had to pick, my gut tells me go with like the Octopath Traveler art style.
Yeah.
It's still kind of sprite based, but it's like really, really pretty backgrounds, kind of redone in that way. But if it was, as long as it got the treatment that Final Fantasy VII seems to be getting, I would be happy with a 3D remake.
And it would, because Final Fantasy VI, it holds just as much like esteem as Final Fantasy VII, if not more.
Yeah. Depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, it's always like those two, like which is the best one in the series, 6 or 7.
So, but yeah, anyway, so that's my
Except
number
for
one
you
for
two,
sure.
because yours is 9 and yours is 8, so weirdos.
I don't know if it's 8 is not the best. It is my favorite. I know it's not the best. I don't know why it has a
Which one has the card game? Is that 9?
8 and 9.
9 had the better card game.
8 had the better card. You're fucking high if you think.
Whoa, buddy. Yeah.
You are.
9's was more of like a realistic card game that you would find like in real life, but I enjoyed 8's card game more.
8 is
I like
100 times better.
I
But
like
but
9's. I was good at
9's
9's card game.
9's
I
is-
suck at 8.
9's is like a more like realistic like rule set.
yeah. All right. What is your?
Do you remember the dice game on Suikoden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, I freaking maxed out my money with that.
Right at the beginning, you remember the glitch,
The money glitch.
where the money glitch at the first town.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
that shit all the time too. That's a good way to
You
start.
just bet the max every time, and then you have to restart your save. What is your number one?
Oh, my number one is Legend of Dragoon.
Interesting.
Oh.
There's a rumor that's being redone by Bluepoint. I don't believe it.
I would highly doubt it. That's why I put it on there.
I highly, highly doubt it too.
But I would love to see it. But if they, I love the battle system. You'd have to keep it turn based, and you'd have to keep the additions because that's what makes Legend of Dragoon. But
the
you could
battle
add,
system was really cool. I
but
did like that.
You could add in like more complex additions, like make the additions like complex, more complex.
Yep.
Add in more of them because there's only maybe like I forget like 7 or something each for each character.
Right.
Make the world bigger because the world it's pretty linear. It's like a Mario RPG where it's like you go like the world map is like you go on these like straight line paths to like different hubs and different areas. So if you made that bigger, I don't know, it's just really cool, and I think it's such an underrated RPG that I just love to play it again.
Yeah, I agree.
And nobody ever talks about it. Probably because they said it was like the Final Fantasy killer, and it is definitely not that. So people always just dismiss it. But
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Suikoden 2 is the only RPG game that I know that you could use your previous save from the previous game.
you could do that for the first 3.
Yeah. So that way you can continue to the storyline what you're doing in the previous game.
Yeah, and it was always when you got the the guy from the first one, McDowell, in the second one. That was always cool.
All right. While you are finishing tallying that up, you still got a couple minutes. Oh no, you're about done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of ties.
Other one. That's the other one's dead.
There's a lot of ties because
Are we doing the trivia?
a lot of
Is
them
that
we
what
didn't
you're
pick. We didn't pick a lot of the same games until the end, so a lot of them are just all tied. Okay. All right.
All right. Go ahead and read it off in what is it? Ascending order.
So 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
10 to
10 to
1.
1.
10 to 1.
10 to 1. So that's,
Descending.
Ascending.
Ascending.
Yeah, because you're ascending in the numbers.
but you're descending in rank.
It's ascending.
Number 10, there's 3 games tied for 10. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Mega Man, and Perfect Dark. Number 9, there is 4 tied, because we all picked different games, so until it gets to the end, there won't be too much of it, or there'll be a lot of ties. Mario RPG, Skater Die 2, Eternal Darkness, and GTA San Andreas. Number 8 is only Tony Hawk, the original. Number 7, there's a 3-way tie. Golden Sun, Rock Band, Mass Effect. Number 6, a 2-way tie. Metal Gear Solid and Mario. This is like every game that we even listed.
Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario 64. Number 5 is a 2-way tie. Lufia and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Number 4 is Earthbound. Number 3 is KOTOR. Number 2, Shikoden 2. And number 1 is GoldenEye.
There you go. There you guys have it. That
Correct
is
me if I'm wrong, but Earthbound and Legend Dragoon should be.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Since
They're
was the
both our
last one
number
you did,
ones.
Yeah, sorry. Earthbound and Legend Dragoon are both tied at number 4.
Okay. So there you guys have it. That is the definitive top 10 games and or franchises in need of a full-blown remake. Let us know what you guys liked on the list, what you didn't like on the list. Let me know what your list is. You can either tweet at us or leave it in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We appreciate and love the support that you guys have shown us so far. And before we sign off, we wanted to introduce a new, well, it's not necessarily new, but a recurring segment that we are bringing back.
Contradictory new recurring.
Segment, and we are going to play a game of trivia.
Are we doing Jeopardy rules where if you get it wrong, you lose?
So, yes.
Are they all worth 1?
They're all just going to be worth 1 for now. Until next time I'll try to structure it a little better.
I was already doing that, but
Oh.
So I will
you
read.
can do it.
I will read the question. You can interrupt me if you know the answer ahead of time, just like in Jeopardy. However, if you get
Are we just shouting out, or
you got to tap the table.
It hurts. It hurts after
Just
a while.
tap the notebook.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, you'll be deducted a point. If you get it right, obviously you'll gain a point.
can you go into the negatives?
You can go into the negatives.
Damn it!
True Jeopardy style.
And then at the
What
end,
happens when they go into negatives in Jeopardy? Do they have to pay them money?
they don't go into the next round. They don't go into the second round.
I was about to say, what if you had to pay them?
All right. Question number 1.
Is this any particular?
It's just
Just trivia.
I literally Googled video game trivia questions and answers.
Okay.
So, number 1, what is the only video game franchise originating in the 1970s to have thus far generated over $1 billion in revenue?
That was a tie.
That was a tie.
Paper, rock, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
On shoot.
All right.
Ha ha ha.
Get it.
Tetris.
Tetris is incorrect.
Damn it.
Ha! I was gonna say asteroids.
Asteroids is also incorrect.
I'm not sure when
Would you
Tetris
like to
came out, but
take a shot. Okay. The correct answer is Space Invaders.
I knew it was something in outer space. Damn it! It's big back then.
What is the name of the legendary video game designer who created the Mario franchise?
oh, damn it.
Holy.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking blanking.
4, 3.
Morimoto?
Morimoto is incorrect.
Oh,
2.
Dude,
this
why
is
did
embarrassing.
I blank right
Would you
when
like
I
to
said
steal?
that, dude?
No, because I can't remember.
Dude, why am I... Damn it.
I'm
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Miyamoto. God damn it.
What did I say?
Mori something.
That's not even the name.
The Iron Chef. Iron Chef Morimoto.
Yeah.
What is the name of the Alien Alliance, who are the main antagonist in the first trilogy of Halo games? What is the name of the Alien Alliance?
Covenant.
Covenant is correct.
Yeah, it is.
Jeebus.
What is the name of the last game released as a physical cartridge for the Super Nintendo? I would never know this.
I'll just keep score because I suck at trivia.
The answer is Fire Emblem Thrakia 776.
That's a made-up word.
What is the average... again, I didn't vet these ahead of time. What is the average amount of time a player of Fortnite spends enjoying the game weekly?
Weekly?
When was this?
Hours in a week?
This survey was taken in 2018. It's a survey of 1,000.
Said average,
Do we get like some
There's a
leeway?
range. There's a range
give or take like 100 hours.
in a week.
in a week.
40.
That is incorrect.
What's the range? What's the leeway?
There's a 4-hour range.
Oh, I thought it was a little longer than that. That's a little too specific.
All right, we'll scrap that one.
72 hours.
So, in a 2018 survey of 1,000 Fortnite players, 33% of them spend 6 to 10 hours a week playing the game.
That's it?
I thought it was going to be higher than that.
Yeah.
All right. The next question: what is the highest level a player can reach in the original Pac-Man?
Oh,
Dude, I just watched a Pac-Man documentary.
yeah. What are you at?
3,
-1.
2,
So are you.
1, 256.
I was going to say that, but we were at the same, so I didn't. Damn it, if Sean's at -2, I would have said it. I knew it was that too. 'Cause
Which
I watched
organization-
something about the guy who faked it?
Which organization officially classified "quote-unquote" gaming disorder as a mental health condition in 2018?
I didn't. All I heard was gaming disorder.
Which organization officially classified gaming disorder as a mental health condition in 2018?
Who? The World Health Organization.
World Health Organization
I
is
figured it
correct.
had to be them.
Yeah, I just didn't know what they were called.
Shot us up.
In what
As
year
usual.
was Fortnite released? In what year was Fortnite released?
Play Fortnite.
Well, but you know about it. 5, 4.
2017.
2017 is correct.
That's what.
Ooh, tied it
Crap,
up.
I thought it was older than that.
No, I didn't. I was like, it's either 17 or 16. But I was just-
Notch is the world famous designer of which video game?
Minecraft.
Minecraft is correct.
Thank you, PewDiePie.
Chases up by 1.
Which Mortal Kombat character has the ability to transform into a dragon?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang was
Damn it! I
correct.
knew that. I knew the answer was Liu Kang before the question was even asked. I did. I was like, it's going to be Liu Kang. And then you said transform to a dragon. And then I was like, it is Liu Kang. And then Sean smacked.
I think we've done this before, but I'm going to say it again. Pac-Man ghost enemies are dubbed Blinky, Pinky, and Inky. What is the name of the 4th member of the crew?
I don't remember. We have done it, but I don't remember. So
Clyde.
Clyde.
That's one of the developers.
yeah, it's like his son or something.
How many players can compete against... There's a lot of Fortnite questions. How many players can compete against each other simultaneously in Fortnite Battle Royale?
60.
60 is incorrect.
Damn it.
100.
I was going to say,
I was like, that's too easy.
the word simultaneously threw me off.
That's how many people are in a match of Fortnite.
There's only a couple left. Pokemon was originally released on which video game console?
Game Boy.
Game Boy is correct.
Tied it back up.
All right. Where is the headquarters of Nintendo?
Like the city? Or just a country?
It is. It's a city.
Like a part of a city? Or Tokyo?
Tokyo is incorrect.
I had a feeling it wasn't Tokyo, but I have no idea.
The answer is Kyoto.
Damn it, dude. It's the same word. It is. Just different orders. Same letters.
All right, let's do a couple more. We'll do till the end of this page. Which one of Star Fox's teammates has been deemed one of the most annoying video game characters ever? This is kind of subjective.
I know who they're talking about.
It's the frog, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I don't know his name.
Slippy Toad.
Yeah.
Slippy Toad.
Yes.
All right, here's one that you guys should know. The classic arcade game Pong was manufactured by which company? Oh, fucking Christ.
Atari.
Atari is correct.
I was going to say that, but I didn't.
I know. I thought it was a trick question.
That seemed too obvious.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was a trick question. But then I remember Josh said you should know it. So I was like, maybe it is that.
All right, 3 more. The PlayStation prototype was designed by Sony in collaboration with which company?
Ooh.
Fuck.
Nintendo.
I was really hoping he was going to get it wrong.
In 2012, students at MIT hacked the lighting system of an entire building to play which game?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is incorrect.
Oh, fuck, I know it!
You got it wrong. You're out.
No, you can still guess a second time in Jeopardy, can't you?
Nope.
Fuck! Fuck!
Tetris.
Tetris is
Yes! Damn it. Why'd I say Pac-Man? It was a trick question.
Sean's up by 3.
Damn it.
All right, we'll do one more and then we'll do Final Jeopardy.
Ah.
What is the name of the first ever video game? What is the name of the
That's
first
going to
ever?
be something that I don't know.
Dude, I know this. I did a paper on it a long time ago.
What kind of papers are you writing?
I could write about whatever I wanted. I got a fucking name on it, bitch.
I wasn't questioning the quality of the paper. I was questioning the subject of the paper.
I don't know.
Tennis for Two in 1958.
I know I would never have got it.
All right,
It's like on
Final
those
Jeopardy.
old radar things.
What is the score?
3-0.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's no point in doing this. You can't
You have
wage
no
anything.
points to wage.
You won't wager everything.
Fine. I'll wager
The
1
category?
point.
He's scared. He's scared.
Fine. 3.
That's right.
So it's either
The
win or draw.
This is a hard one. The category is sports.
Sports games or
Sports.
sports? I thought you were switching it up entirely.
What was the first video game to feature?
Wait, this is final, right? So we got to write it down.
Or you guys can just tell me. I mean,
Oh, we got to whisper it
oh,
to you?
yeah, that's true. What was the first video game to feature basketball legend Michael Jordan? What was the first video game to feature basketball legend Michael Jordan? You have 20 seconds. Do 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 do.
I know this is wrong, but I got nothing to lose, so. Sean has everything to lose.
Do 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 do. All right, you're up. You go first.
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam
That's what I put.
is incorrect. It is
Yeah, I knew it.
Jordan
versus
versus Bird, 1988.
Well, that was like 4 years before I was born.
Yeah, man.
Jordan versus Bird. So we end up in a 2-way tie of losers.
Was it just 1v1?
I don't know.
He was the one who seemed to know.
Yeah, it's kind of like the graphics, like double dribble.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, there you guys have it. We have a bunch of losers here today, and
Actually, tied.
Yeah, so neither of us lost.
Equally.
or both of
tied.
you lost,
Or both of us won.
or both of you lost with 0.
Or both of us won.
Either way, we have a 2-way tie for the trivia this week. We will we'll come back next week to see who takes the crown in video game trivia. Again, guys, if you end up liking this video and you're new here, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and most importantly, tell a friend. going back to our last segment, let us know what you guys thought of the list itself. And if you have any video game quiz trivia topics, let us know that also. I guess that's it. Until next time.
Yep.
Anything? All right, guys. Until next time, you guys stay safe.